Now this is a hidden gem in the east. We're right now in the township of Pasir Ris, and there's already a dwindling inventory of 4-bedroom apartment in the entire Singapore right now, with less than 34 listings that are below $1.6 million. If you're hunting for something in Pasir Ris, welcome to the Esparis. Let's go.
Watching you, watching me, watching you, watching me.
Before I show you the entire walkthrough of the home, we really need to talk about demand and supply right now that's happening at the beginning Q1 2023. Have a look at most popular portal right now in Singapore in terms of property search, and if you were to key in these few parameters, maximum capping at $1.6 million, 4-bedroom, and of course a lot of people love to live in the east portion, having a maximum cap at 1.6 mil with a minimum size of 1,400 square feet. You will notice that right now in the entire Singapore, there are less than 34 property listings available on this very popular property portal. And why is that so? It's because if you have been following PropertyLimBrothers content for the past 2 years, the transformation that is happening right now, not just in Singapore but in the entire world, is that everybody is looking for more bedrooms and larger properties to live in. This 4-bedroom right here at the Esparis is one out of the 40 units that are available, because predominantly out of 274 units, and Esparis was TOP in the year 2005. It was the executive condominium status. Lease started at 2002. It has already been fully privatized after 10 years since its TOP date. This is like a full-fledged condominium status as any other condominiums right here in Pasir Ris, and 274 units, full-blown condo facilities. That's towards internal facing, no road noise at all. And if I were to flip over, you will have a look at this very beautiful park view, and that was where we did our opening scene together with you. And the fact that I love properties that was constructed pre-2010 was that there's no balcony at all, so a lot of space is being pumped internally, and your family is going to enjoy this beautiful 4-bedroom. I need to show you the layout, and I have to start from the entry point. Along the entry walkway, you're gonna have your shoe cabinet that's hidden, tucked right here. And the moment you come in here, you're gonna enjoy this left and right openness, and this is what we call a single load layout. So there are only 4 stacks available in Esparis that are 4-bedders, because out of the totality of 274, 40 are the 4-bedders. The rest are predominantly 3 plus study, a very minute population of 2-bedders right here. Now, this 4 has stacks number 19, 22, 25, and 28. Developers will always give the best facings to the largest unit. That is just the science of configuring the units when they are building it. And because the biggest unit have the largest quantum, they want to ensure that they enjoy the best facing. They have no difficulty in selling in future. So let's talk a little bit about Pasir Ris, the brand new Pasir Ris East MRT station that's just right at your doorstep. Your kids are going to have just 2 minutes to walk back from the MRT station when phase 1 of Cross Island line going to open. That's very fortunate news for Pasir Ris residents, because there's going to be 3 MRT stations, one at Tail Point of Loyang, and that's the starting point of the Cross Island line. Second one will be Pasir Ris East, and the third one will be Elias, and of course that will then connect you to the rest of the island, towards Hougang as an interchange, towards Ang Mo Kio as an interchange. The phase 2 part will be towards Clementi, King Albert Park, and linking all the way towards phase 3 towards Jurong. So this is going to be the one line that your family will need to connect you to all parts of Singapore. That will also cross towards Pasir Ris Central, where you can get towards East-West line. Pasir Ris Central has the topping news that in terms of URI transformation, on top of the integrated project, Pasir Ris 8, that has been launched. So you will notice that Esparis belongs to one of the only condominium that's situated among this extreme giant pool of HDB properties. And that is a rare sight to find, bearing the fact that there's going to be this new MRT station planted right beside the condominium. And this is actually located within like a mini township with Pasir Ris Community Club. There's also a police station, there's tons of coffee shops and tons of shop and hawker center around this entire region, and these are all tucked right beside Pasir Ris Park right here that's right behind me. And if I were to zoom out on the entire Pasir Ris township, there are predominantly 4 major zones. The first zone will be where we are right now, and this is called the Pasir Ris East zoning. Second zoning will be towards downtown east. There's a cluster of private condominiums located right beside downtown. You have the third zoning, which is the Pasir Ris Central zoning, and that's where all the projects like Livia, Dines, Cocoa Palms, they're all being located right there. And that's where the new Elias MRT is also going to be located. So the first point is that you want to invest in a property that has lesser supply and huge demand, and Esparis being one of the key properties that's tucked right beside the future MRT with such a huge HDB upgrading audience, same zoning will love to upgrade back to a private property that's within that same township. And Esparis definitely has one of the key parameter factors, because if you want to bring out our MOAT Analysis, which is an analysis tool that we have developed in-house, the future MRT potential is one of the key primary factors to stabilize the pricing within your project and to have more future growth in future, because that's also relating to one of 10 pointers or more analysis where demand and rental pricing will of course affect the future price upward movement of your project as well. And the third point will be schools, and Esparis is also home to a kilometers with 3 schools, and Pasir Ris Primary School is one of the most popular schools within the entire Pasir Ris township. And I'm going to just bring out this map right here to look at all the pricing analysis that's happening right now. You'll notice that a lot of the 4-bedders, especially within the Pasir Ris central zoning, they're inching up towards the $2 million bandwidth, and thus at 1.52 million towards the $2 million bandwidth, you're going to have this disparity that will happen within the next 5 to 7 years. And by the time in 7 years time, when your MRT station is going to open, you're going to have a fresh realm of rental appreciation that you will definitely see once you have the accessibility to the rest of Singapore. So if you want to look at the entire site plan, we're being wrapped around with Seashell Park right behind us, and this Seashell Park firstly is being elevated upwards, but beautifully this level that we're standing right now faces towards the park directly, and that's going to bring so much ventilation into your unit. If you were to flip around, this is an internal inward facing with no facing towards the entry road coming into Esparis. It's also not facing towards Pasir Ris Drive 4, so there's technically no road noise because this is the amount of peacefulness that you will get by buying one of the largest units within a project. So there are only 4 stacks, they're all internal facing and park facing, and this is the amount of serenity that you will get. Now, I'm standing technically in the 4th bedroom, so this is a 4 plus study, 1464 square feet, and a lot of space are being pumped inwards because there's no balcony in the living and master room, and that is going to save you so much space. Our owners tore down the 4th bedroom because they want to enjoy an extremely wide living room, which I think is of course a luxury, but this by default has already been designed with a huge living and a huge dedicated dining. And if you want to do some modification towards the kitchen area, you can of course apply to MCST together with your ID designer to bring down this wall. After you have gained approval, what you can do is that you can then create a very beautiful open kitchen concept. And I'm going to stand right here and get our 3D architecture visualization team to do some magic for you, because this is a space you can tear down if you want to, provided you get the approval based on the floor plan. And of course I'll put in a disclaimer right here that you have to get approval of the MCST to do that. And let's say after you have done it, this is the rough image of how it will look like with the beautiful corner island concept right here, and that will then create a beautiful openness towards your living zoning as well as towards your dining zoning. Now the second thing is that you have to put back this wall. If you come for viewing with Alexa and Chinwei, they're going to show some quotations from ID designers on how much does it cost to put back, and you'll be surprised to know that to reinstate walls, build back a door frame and a door actually doesn't cost that much. Technically speaking, it costs less than $10,000 to put back walls, build back wardrobes and with the door frame and door. So it's going to look like this with that corner wall being reconstructed back, and you can also have that flexibility to put back that open study zoning right here that was originally in the floor plan. So this is then going to create this walkway towards your 4 bedrooms. But if I were to come back here and have you recreate a visualization, this is where your TV console is going to be located, as well as your L-shaped corner sofa, plus your coffee table. And when you flip around, you're going to enjoy this very beautiful see-through bay window concept. And this is a very unique bay window because most of the time, you're going to have that concrete wall at the bottom. But however, Esparis design is very unique in the sense that you can see through towards the bottom. You can also open up for more ventilation because this is like a levered window with an angle that's been locked for safety, but that's going to create so much more ventilation to your entire apartment. And technically speaking, you do not have to on the ACs during the daytime. Now you'll also be very surprised to find that MCST fee in Esparis is very decent and reasonable, and this is the amount that you contribute on a month-to-month basis. And what you get to enjoy is that you're going to get a low density project with only 274 units, but just have a look at the amount of facilities right here together with the tennis court, the clubhouse, the gym, pool downstairs are very interesting because I think your kids are going to enjoy this. And most importantly, it has basement parking and pneumatic waste system. And this was one of the first few projects to enjoy the pneumatic waste system. And that's so much cleaner and easier to maintain. You don't have to have different collection points within the basement car park zoning. And that modern condos right now in Singapore, they all enjoy this new technology in terms of the waste system management. And as we flip back, we need to round the second point, which is to buy a property with future upward appreciation. Firstly, the MRT station news is being broken out immediately. What's going to happen is that the existing owners are going to raise price expectation provided they want to sell it in the resale market. But there's going to be another round of appreciation when MRT stations are being completed, and that appreciation will come by through rental demand. So what's going to happen in 2030 is that when MRT station is physically open, there's going to create more demand pool in terms of rental from future tenants or expatriates that want to live in the east, perhaps they work in the airport, they want close proximity to a Changi Business Park, or they just love the fact that Pasir Ris is one of the only town in Singapore with no expressway division that's cutting across the beachfront with the residential enclave. So if I were to bring up all the beachfront zoning in Singapore, you'll realize that our government has built the expressway, for example ECP, that's cutting across the beachfront with the residential enclave. But when you look at Pasir Ris in depth, you'll notice that Pasir Ris is one of the rare towns with direct access from the residential enclave towards the beachfront area, and there's no major road division line that's cutting through that beach zoning with the rest of the residents. And that is a major key point that you want to notice in, because that's going to have lesser road pollution as well. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people, once they started to live in Pasir Ris, they want to remain in Pasir Ris, and that creates a very nice upgrading and downgrading kind of demographics within this township. So we have came from the fourth just now. The third and fourth bedroom, they are both internal facing bedrooms. And you're gonna see that corner pool view. So in the sun direction, this is towards the south-southwest at 210 degrees. So you have a very tilt west sun coming from the extreme right-hand side. But generally speaking, this is more towards the south and of course towards the back of the home, where your dining space, kitchen, and the master and the other, and the second bedroom, they're all both facing towards northeast direction. Ventilation-wise, also fantastic because you have an additional corner window here. This is a Murphy bed concept together with a study table kind of concept, but of course when you come in you can revamp the entire place, and this is almost like hidden along the wall line. It doesn't take up too much space within the bedroom, and this of course will be the location of your double queen bed. You can put a TV console right there, or you can mount your study table, and this is perfect for your kids' bedrooms. Common bathroom, decent, serving all the 3 bedrooms, and you have a little bonus storage right here. That's where the DB box is being located. If you also notice in terms of flooring, the base is predominantly parquet. Towards the living room right now is homogeneous tiles, but nowadays there's a lot of different kind of materials that you can overlay the entire place with vinyl, and nowadays vinyl technology is so good because scratch proof, is resistant proof, and it lasts for many years, and there's like 10, 15 or even 20 years warranty depending on the type of vinyl that you select in the market. Now I want to bring your attention to this park view, because if I were to open up the windows, this is what you're going to hear. Can you hear the birds chirping? And this is the master room, also done with a Murphy bed and a corner wardrobe space. So the original layout is for you to put in your king bed along this wall line with your side tables. Flowing along from your wardrobe space, this is the perfect place to put in a combining TV console that also acts as like a dressing table or study table. Alternatively, if you want to book a like L corner table, that is doable because this room is longish in shape. In fact, I just love the way that even back early 2000 season, if you were to look at the floor plan, if you look at the master room, it is at least 17.4 square meters, and that is gigantic. You're gonna have a lot of bandwidth for you to move around. This is your ensuite standing shower version, very efficient in terms of space utilization, and we love ventilation windows. It's the 2 huge panels right in the corner. And then coming back, I'm gonna show you the last and final bedroom. So this is also the park facing room, and this is bedroom number 2. Queen bed is already here. There's some storage over there. What you can do potentially with this home is so much more, because our team has built in the renders that you will need to help you to enhance your visualization of after a full revamp. So I'm going to end off the home tour with a pricing analysis in terms of investment into renovation. So there's 2 financial metrics that we can look at. Number 1 is that you want to look at whether is it worth buying a unit that is renovated versus a unit that is non-renovated. So I'm going to look at this key difference. So this unit right here, if you based on the asking full price of $1.52 million, if you were to come in at this property and then you put in $100,000 to revamp the entire place, that includes like your vinyl flooring, includes putting back the walls for the 4th bedroom. Maybe you want to open up the kitchen a little bit and you want to revamp all the wardrobe space, new set of paint. Once you invest that $100,000, that's going to bring your entire place to a fully renovated, and that's going to last you for the next 5, 8 or 10 years depending on how long you want to stay in the Esparis. But that will bring you to $1.62 million in terms of totality of your home investment, excluding your stamp duties. So if you want to take that and divide back with 1,464 square feet, in terms of PSF level, it's still very palatable. That's going to be only about $1,106 per square foot, which if you look at the OCR region in entire Singapore and RCR and CCR region, OCR region in terms of PSS level for brand new launches is already inching towards the $1,800 per square foot mark. And of course, bear in mind, Pasir Ris has already a project that has challenged the market, and that is of course Pasir Ris 8 that is inching towards the $2,000 per square foot mark. So you still have a huge disparity to go. Second question is that this property has a lease that starts from the year 2002. It still has an extremely long bandwidth to go. And if you look at the ballast curve, the key component will be the 60-year mark and the 30-year mark. In terms of lease, from 2002 until today, you still have 78 years to go, and that's a considerable healthy period. Because if we were to take out the balance lease of the properties right there towards the Pasir Ris Central region, the properties right there, like Livia, NV Residences, Dines, Coco Palms, they're still doing extremely well, even though their balance lease is also in the range of about 80 over years old right now. When we look at that, combining with all the factors that we mentioned in this home tour, with demand and supply being the first key component, future transformation and MRT station being the key second component, third component is to look at the overall quantum entry price, and we need to bring out the trifactor triangle. So this property fits into the exact sweet spot of the trifactor triangle because firstly, your quantum is below $1.6 million. Secondly, your PSF is extremely palatable at about $1,800 per square feet. Thirdly is that you're buying something that is extremely rare, which is a 4-bedder unit in nature with fantastic built-in sizing at 1,464 square feet. And this 3 then form up extremely safe entry benchmark for a family to enjoy over the next 5, 8 or maybe even 10 years. Alright, so I need to show you the kitchen. So as mentioned, discuss with your ID designer, see whether you can transform this into like open kitchen concept. But even if you want to do it as an enclosed kitchen concept by keeping it original, this space here is enormous because this is like a L-shaped rectangular kitchen with 2 areas of work zones. So this is the work zone for heavy cooking. The other one is towards like a little mini pantry that's right beside your fridge zoning. And then you have this enormous yard here with an opening towards the back, facing towards the park. And you have a bonus home shelter that acts as your storage zoning. Now this used to be the yard WC area. Our client has removed that and made it into like a nice washing bay. And that's of course this is a place for you to do heavy washing with a washer come dryer. You want to do natural clothes drying. There's already an automated rack that's inside the ceiling. So I'll leave this to your visualization. Most importantly is that this home ticks off all the check boxes that you want in a 4-bedder plus study apartment because you're gonna have that yard space, home shelter as storage, washing bay, a nice enclosed kitchen and 4 bedrooms plus a study area. And let's move on to the final portion of this home tour.
Let me feel your love again. 'Cause I've been running round in circles screaming out your name. Take me to a different...
Alright, so do not miss out the opportunity to own this 4-bedroom. There's only less than 34 listings in the entire market that hits all these check boxes. And once again, my name is Melvin Lim, PropertyLimBrothers, co-founder and CEO. And if you want to have a look at this place, give a call to our listing managers, Jinwei as well as Alexa. They'll be very happy to make an arrangement for you to come and view this place physically. Thank you for following PropertyLimBrothers on our channel. And if you want to see more, just click on the links below towards our landing page, our website, as well as our social media channels. And we'll see you in the next tour. Cheers.
Feel I got you in my head.
That having at least, and of course on top of having a but. OK， OK， 看我拍到哪里呢？OK， 好。